Welcome, everyone, to another audio-visual presentation of the Middle Class Voice. I'm Chuck Vifferman. This is my bud, Dave Glue-Harris.
Hello.
Hopefully the doggone thing will work this time. Yeah. We thought we had a damn audio-visual on Monday, but hell no, it had to mess up.
And nobody got to see Bruce.
Their loss, huh?
Yeah.
We did you a favor, folks.
Yeah.
Folks, welcome to another edition where, if you're unfamiliar with the concept behind the Middle Class Voice, it is an effort to give just a little bit of a political voice to folks like you, me, and Dave. Even after a rigorous workout, as you can see from the training equipment behind us, we still want to talk politics, and we want to get the pulse of people like you, like me, like Dave, who go to work every day, try to pay the bills, try to do the right thing, sometimes succeed in doing that. But the bottom line is we don't want another forum where people yell and, you can have your Jerry Springers, you can have your Maury Poviches, you got Chuck and Dave.
That's right.
And we are chill.
The non-Povich, the non-Springer.
Anti-Povich.
It's been a wild week with politics because we've been focusing on these pre-midterm.
Had some primaries, some special elections. And again, gosh knows we are less than 2 months away from the anticipated midterms of 2018. And again, history suggests that the party that is not in the White House is going to make some gains in the midterm elections. I cannot remember the last time that was not really the case. The question is how much. The Democrats only need 2 seats to flip the Senate. They need much more to flip the House. The question is how much. The question is, are the Trump coattails positive or negative? But we are seeing little bits and pieces here and there, Dave. And if Trump had a batting average in terms of candidates endorsed versus candidates that won, it wouldn't be too bad right now.
Not a bit. We talked about this over and over again, just figuring from 2015, 2016 until the election. You know my views. We know your views if you've been watching and following us for a while. I think the biggest issue right now is the Democrats are saying this blue wave's coming, like you said, because, those who are not in power. But I feel like after watching every bit of news, I know my junkiness here.
It's worse. You ought to try heroin.
It is bad.
Heroin will be safer for you.
It's bad. After following all of this, you find that Democrats are really dead set on thinking there's this blue wave. But I'm gonna contradict them, and I'm gonna.
They got to be confident.
Yeah,
come on.
Do.
You're psyching yourself up before the big game. Come on, let's go.
That's exactly what they're doing, and I'm gonna contradict them today, and I'm gonna contradict the red wave Republican Party. And I think from what you and I have discussed, and I know you and I don't always see this eye to eye, but I think that. Again, on the Middle Class Voice, we're not here to. I'm not going to persuade you to think like I think, and vice versa. Which I don't have really much thought.
We've had a long time to try to do that, Dave. It hasn't happened yet.
But I think you have this issue of the Democrats have forgotten what just happened in 2016. The Republicans forgot what just happened. And this is my point of view. To remind them, the Democrats lost to Trump. The Republicans lost to Trump. The Bush dynasty, the Hillary, the Clinton dynasty, everybody lost. Trump won. Trump went right up the middle. So with the left and the right, or we're backwards on video, but the left and the right sides, Trump went right up the middle because he's a results person. He's action oriented. He's got promises to keep. He's keeping a lot of them. We'll see if he does the whole time. But me as an independent, I love that right up the middle, move away the left wave, the blue wave, the right red wave. And if you look at what the Democrats have warned Republicans about as a fear tactic, scare tactic to say anybody who associates with Trump, it's detrimental to your campaign, it's not.
It's
Balderson of Ohio.
Of Ohio, yeah.
He thanked Trump and Pence the other day. Everyone who aligns with Trump right now is doing well.
Well, they're again, the batting average is solid.
Minus frankly. Roy Moore, by the way.
Well, Roy's got his own problems, boys and girls.
Yes. No pun intended there.
The issue, though, is again, is it a negative or positive coattail? So far, it's going to depend upon the candidate, their particular district, the dynamics within that district. That's the beauty of it. We have 435 congressional districts. Every one of them is a little bit different. They're not homogenous, but your point about Trump is I think spot on in that he doesn't fall under the normal right-left Democrat-Republican paradigm. If you're going to find a paradigm, quite frankly, it's urban-rural.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
exactly
live in
right.
a rural area or even a suburban area, you're much more likely to find Trump appealing than if you live in a densely populated urban area. I think that's where the divide is these
That
days.
hardworking middle class, urban, rural.
Yeah.
I think if you
Not that people in urban areas don't work hard, but it's
Sure.
just a different
Sure.
culture, and
It is.
And you're more dependent upon other people as an urbanite. You go through your entire life. You get up, go to the subway, go to work, and there's people around you. You always have to be aware of other people. Right now, we are in about a 6,000 square foot warehouse. You and I are the only two people in here.
Right.
And that's not unusual. That's
Right.
That's our lives. I mean, we live in a low population density area.
That's right.
And there's little things that to take into effect there. I ain't got to worry about you most of the time because
Right.
I don't see you, and
Right.
vice versa.
That's right.
And we do care for each other, more or less. But
I do. I care for you, Chuck. I want to say this.
But yeah, it's an odd shift, and I think the rural side tends to go heavily with Trump.
Oh yeah, I think so too, and I think on the right and left. I think I'll predict this, and I'm not a prediction guarantee type person, but I
yes,
want to
you
predict
are. You
this.
nailed the election 2 years ago. Take a bow.
I want to
David.
predict this. In this can, obviously somebody will see this on our public Facebook page, maybe the private group, whatever website, all that stuff. What I think is going to happen, I think the left is totally wrong. Again, I think they forgot what they missed. I think they forgot what their pundits, their analysts, they forgot whatever Trump did to them and to us, they forgot. And they're already using the same rhetoric that they did when they lost the first time. The right, though, on the other hand, the Republicans are doing the same thing. It's not them that people are voting for now. I think that the base now, the left and right base that voted for Trump is voting for Trump successors. I think the people that are going to stay in line with his actions-oriented, results-oriented work, hard ethic.
There are some, and in particular the Senate races, because the Senate race you're talking about entire states and not just individual congressional districts. That's where we'll see an awful lot of, which vulnerable Republicans or vulnerable Democrats will have Trump inject themselves into their particular races, either for them or against them, depending upon who they are, and how those races go. And of course, just from a pure number standpoint, the Senate is the most vulnerable right now. It's 51-49. Again, Democrats, when they flip two seats, boom, we got split Congress. So from that respect, it'll be interesting to see how much Trump injects himself in the Senate races and which ones.
Yeah, everything I've watched and read for the last few days after these primary results, the Democrats are notorious right now for saying, see, I told you, we were out, passion, people are following our passion, we knocked on doors, we walked the neighborhoods. Listen, Chuck, that's what you're supposed to do. In politicking 101.
It's like bragging. I got up this morning. I ate Cheerios.
You're bragging. You're bragging for doing the norm. That's the base. That's the foundation of politicking, and that's what the snooty left. I'm not saying all Democrats, the extreme left, the snooty, uppity left did not do that, and they lost to Trump. Now, the snooty right did also the same thing.
Exactly.
The Bush dynasty, all of the other Republicans, Rubio, all of them didn't beat Trump. Trump beat all of them. He knocked on doors. Had every interview. The guy was all over the place.
I will say this, though. I never scoff anymore when a pseudo-celebrity or somebody says, I'm thinking about a presidential run.
Oh,
I don't laugh anymore.
No, it's serious.
I don't laugh. It's okay.
It is very serious.
He might not be joking.
Yeah. I think I saw on one of the news things this morning, Richard Gere is possibly running was it California?
Is that right now?
Yeah, somewhere. It's like a Senate race or something.
Okay.
I don't know if it was local. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, I really feel like the Democrats are starting to make a turn. If they have a message and a leader, they still don't know if they're going to support Pelosi. They don't know who they're going to go for right now.
Yeah, and that's an interesting question about leadership. Should Dems flip the House in particular? And again, from a party identity standpoint, you have a segment of the Democratic Party which wants to go hard left, the so-called democratic socialism, which we've discussed before. That'll play well in some races, but those are the races that plays well in are already blue seats.
Well, who's going to lead the right when not just part about Trump? Trump owns the right now. But who will lead when Paul Ryan leaves? Who do you think will be up? Scalise? I mean, who do you think is going to come up Who do you think is going to work their way up?
Yeah, Jordan, perhaps. Of course, he's got his own issues
And
now.
his
to worry
wrestling
about.
issue.
Yeah, exactly. He's grappling with some things nowadays.
Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
I think that we don't know who's going to move up, who's going to go, maybe jump up to Senate. I don't think anybody knows. And I think it's the same thing with the Democrats right now.
It'll be interesting to see, obviously, it's always interesting to see what happens during the midterm elections. As a libertarian, I'll repeat this, I just wish we could set up a government where it wouldn't matter who won these damn things.
Right, right.
We could have a toothless government, but that's, beside the point.
Well, time will tell. It'll be interesting to see who, if the Democrats can get it together. They did have a great turnout.
Yes.
But that's not supposed to be shocking. That was supposed to be what we knew. They had a unification that the right can't seem to get. But again, if they had already done this and been doing this for the last 6 or 8 years, there wouldn't have been an issue. They probably wouldn't have lost either. They lost connection with America.
Interesting that...
especially middle America.
Yeah, and again, the turnout in midterm elections is usually, just a little bit more than half of what we get in a presidential election. So, there's all kinds of dynamics to consider. And you can always, and quite frankly, the special elections in years past, the primaries in years past, they've never given us a clear indicator of what's going to happen come midterm day, but
we're going to be shocked. We're going to be shocked come midterm day, and I think by 2020, if Trump keeps doing what he's doing. Remember, I wasn't an original Trump supporter or anything, but I think with what Trump's doing right now, staying connected, the rallies he's holding all week, the guy is connected to middle America and then some. And I think because he's doing that, he's 5,000 steps ahead of everybody else, both right and left.
And in terms of, again, the numbers, I've been surprised that the poll numbers have gone up because that generally doesn't happen with a sitting president. Usually the more stuff you do, good, bad, or indifferent, your approval ratings go down because, you do new stuff that people don't like, they don't like you, and the other people still don't like you from the previous stuff.
Right.
Again, it's...
That's not happened with him, has it?
It hasn't. It's been the exact opposite. Breaking political norms pretty much across the board. Folks, we hope you've enjoyed hearing our way too damn early predictions on the 2018 midterm elections. I'm Chuck. He's Dave. We are the Middle Class Voice. Have a great day, everyone.